The key to the save was staying net neutral on transfer spend. Have we managed to do it? Roll the intro. Hello and welcome back to the Man United save on Football Manager 2019, and it's going okay. We find ourselves 5th in the league, not the best. We're going to look at some results in just a second. Transfer spend. We needed to hit a magical number and we hit it. 51 million out. Matic did leave for 11.25. Romero left for 10 million, which means overall, because there was 60 million spent before we were here, it has broken even. 51 million in, 51 million out on transfers that I've made, which was Harriet and Bruno Fernandes. Sanchez has left the club to go to Atletico Madrid as well. They have to pay, I can't remember what it is. Optional future fee, 25.5 million. So we might be getting 25.5 million for him. Who knows? He started very well for them, as you would expect. Matic moves to PSG. 11.25. We got him off the books. He was never really going to play for us. And who needs him when you got Scott McTominay? He's been weirdly instrumental to our team. Sergio Romero moved for 10 million because we got backup goalkeepers as well. Lukaku's still here. That's the only real one that I wanted to move on that is still here, is Romelu Lukaku. Plenty of interest in him from Leicester, Newcastle and West Ham, but obviously the English transfer window is shut. So yeah, we broke even. We've still got Lukaku at the club. Other than that, I've pretty much moved on everyone I wanted to at the moment. But there's not really too much to talk about. Let's go and look at some results. So we previously drew 1-1 with Everton, conceding in the last few minutes of the game. We then got a 0-0 away at Norwich, which was pretty appalling. Farman having a great game in goal. Wan-Bissaka getting man of the match with 2 key passes from right back. He does look like he's going to be very good for us this season. We sort of dominated the game, but there was no goal, so not too much to show you from a highlight, really. Next up, we found a bit of form, a 4-2 win against Brighton, absolutely dominating them at the American Express Community Stadium, or the Amex. The pick of the goals was Bruno Fernandes on 18 minutes, where he hit a lovely shot from the edge of the area. Goalkeeper was caught out of position, but it was a good build. Now, if I remember, I think I have to speed this. I think this is quite a long highlight. So Fernandes does a nice little spin, a good 50-yard pass, switching the play out to Lingard. He lays it off to Wan-Bissaka. Cross comes in, keeper catches it. I think, yeah, Matt Ryan makes an easy catch. Then he tries to launch a counter-attack, which Bailly, I think, intercepts, if I remember. But it was a very, very easy game. We controlled it very well. The 2 goals we gave away, I took Scott McTominay off and the team just sort of fell apart, which was very, very strange. But as you can see here, it came Lindelof into Martial. He ran at the defence, cutting in field inside to Fernandes on the half volley. Matt Ryan not expecting it. And that is what made it 2-0 to us. After that, we went to Sheffield United came to Old Trafford. An 8-0 win with Marcus Rashford scoring a hat-trick, which was really, really nice. But again, pick of the goals, Bruno Fernandes, who we bought in. He's been absolutely superb since we put him in the attacking midfield spot. Lingard flicked on a header to himself into Fernandes. Early shot, pass more, and I don't know, I think that made it like 5-0 or something. It was very, very impressive. A 2-0 win against Newcastle, where Mason Greenwood became the youngest ever goal scorer in Man United's history. We were 0-0 to the 70th minute mark, made some subs. Harriet put a cross in, keeper missed it, Greenwood pounced, and he was there to get his first senior goal for the club. And Chong and Greenwood came on at around about the 60th minute mark. 69 Chong came on, 61 Greenwood came on, and they made the difference. Harriet as well, coming on 3 key passes, 1 assist, 1 chance created. Really, really good stuff. Luke Shaw getting man of the match, though. He had a good game at left back. So other than those first 2 games of the season, we seem to have hit a good bit of form. The only difference tactically that we've made with our instructions is now we're focusing play through the middle. We've got the likes of Pogba and Bruno Fernandes through the middle. Let's focus on doing that. It is shorter passing we've dropped to as well. Other than that, everything has stayed exactly the same as when we set it up in the first episode. So it's been going very, very well. I'm very, very happy with it. I think we're going to get a few players starting to get annoyed they're not getting first team football, such as Ashley Young, Fred, Phil Jones, maybe Juan Mata as well. It's a very interesting dynamic we've got, because the youngsters are coming through and doing well. We've signed Bruno Fernandes, obviously another youngster, now 24, so we bought him just before when he was 23, and the age was 23 or under, so we just about snuck him in on that one. Timothy Fosu-Mensah's coming to the side for the last game as well. He did okay, which wasn't too bad. We do have Eric Bailly back on the bench, but I thought we'd give him a run out. We're going to mix the team up. Oh no, this is the team we're using, sorry, for the game against Victor Pilsner Victor Pilsner, I think is how you say it. Our Europa League group's pretty easy. We go back to Croatia to go and play Dynamo and Slaven Bratislava, so we should get out of it quite easily. And we've drawn Luton in the third round. But today's episode will be Victor Pilsen and then Chelsea at the Stamford Bridge to see how we can get on in our first test against a Big Six team. So we are going to leave the team as it is today, or I should probably rest people actually, because we've got a big game against Chelsea coming next. So let's give Dean Henderson a start. We'll give Greenwood a start up front. We'll give Deloa a start at right back. We'll do Fosu-Mensah, and is Tuanzebe fit? Yeah, he's fit to play. Actually, no, let's play. We'll give Tuanzebe a bit more rest. Phil Jones can come on in there. Daniel James just coming back from injury, but has played for Wales, so we could use this as a game. Yeah, we'll use this as a game to get him back in. We'll drop Lingard down to the bench. Let's start. Actually, no, we'll put James on the left. We'll put Chong on the right. We'll rest Bruno Fernandes for Pereira in the mid. Actually, let's give Juan Mata a game. We haven't played him yet. Pereira can go on the bench for Martial. Eric Bailly can come off the bench for Tuanzebe. Rashford can come off the bench for Gomez. No, he can't, because we don't have another striker on the bench. Jesse Lingard can come off the bench for Gomez. And we'll leave David De Gea on there, I think. I think that's what we'll go with. I know I've just told the team what their lineup's going to be, but I think that's what we're going to... Maybe I should rest Pogba. Maybe I should... Yeah, let's give Fred a run out, and we'll put Pogba on. Right, does that match the... Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's the 4 academy players, and then we've got 5, 6 on the bench. 7, including Pereira, and Tuanzebe 8, so we've got plenty in there. Is Luke Shaw fit at left back? Sort of. Let's rest him, and we'll give... where's Diego? Where's Diego Dalot? I've already put him at right back, haven't I? Okay, let's give Ashley Young a run out. Why not? It's Victor Pilsner. We really should be beating them anyway. Let's get into it then. We're at home at Old Trafford against a pretty poor Victor Pilsner team that we should really be in. James is an inside forward. I need to just swap those over before we get into the game, because their roles are slightly different. Let's go and give the fans the performance they're expecting, which is an absolute demolition job if this was a game in real life. So tactically wise, we want you to be a winger on support and Chong to be the inside forward on attack, which suits us very nicely. We'll leave Juan Mata in there as an attacking midfielder just on support, and we'll get straight into the game. I said nothing changed tactically. We're flicking between positive and attacking mentalities. We'll start attacking on this one because we're at home against such a weak team. But I'm expecting us to get a win. I'm expecting us to get a comfortable win, even though we've rotated the team. And we'll see how we get on. Chong lays it into James on the far side. Can we get a goal to start us off? No, we can't. But we do win an early corner, which is lovely, lovely stuff. And it's going to be Ashley Young to take it. He swings it into the back post, and nobody's there. But it's a terrible header away by Kimilik. And Fosu-Mensah picked it up, but couldn't get a shot off. So this is Phil Jones' first game of the season, Ashley Young's first game of the season, Fred's first game of the season, Juan Mata's first game of the season, Diego Dalot's first game of the, or first starts, I should say, of the season. But I'm still expecting them to do well. They're going to come in rusty. It's the Europa League. I think we can use these sort of players in this sort of game, as Resnick is there into Prochaska, into Horav, back to Prochaska. They're keeping the ball pretty well. Victor Pilsen in Old Trafford, in our own backyard in Manchester. Prochaska into Horava. He goes out to the left-hand side. Diego Dalot reads it very well and lays it up the line to Chong, who doesn't have his big hair in the 3D match engine. It goes out to Daniel James on the left-hand side. Ball across, headed away. McTominay knocks it down to Fred. Fred is there, lays it into the path of James. James into Juan Mata. He shoots, and there's a goal. His first goal of the season on his first start of the season. Juan Mata gets it, puts us 1-0 up after 10 minutes. Good assist from Daniel James. and very happy with that one. McTominay laid it into Fred. Fred played it into James's feet. He just took a touch, laid it square for Juan Mata, and then has fired his shot off sort of into the corner. Again, goalkeeper probably just caught out of position. But with our first shot on target, we get the lead, and 10 minutes gone. And, 2 minutes later, we get another highlight, and it's Ashley Young who's going to pick this loose ball up. Obviously, would prefer to come onto that right foot from that position. Fred lays it back to McTominay, who, as I said, has been pretty instrumental in our team so far. Diego Dalot comes forward, fires it across goal. James is there, and he gets an assist and a goal on his return from injury. Lovely stuff. Recently capped by Ryan Giggs, the manager of Wales. So he's on a high at the moment, an international and a domestic high, moving to Man United and then getting his first international cap. But it was a lovely goal, lovely ball across the face from Diego Dalot. James is there for an open goal, 2 shots on target, 2-0 up, 15 minutes gone. It's what you love to see. I've just spread them out more. I was meant to say praise, but it hasn't pissed them off too much anyway. But yeah, a little tactical tweak like telling us to focus play down the middle has made a massive difference. I think it allows our players to stay wide, stretch the defence as we go through the middle, and it's working. It's working, and you can't say more than that. And because I can't say more than that, I'm going to have a little drink out of the vase again. Which is really weird because obviously it stays see-through because it's glass and water. Diego Dalot fires it in. He's picked up a little knock. Hopefully he'll be alright. As Green was there, McTominay lays it into James. He shoots, he's hit the bar. And Diego Dalot was just caught on his heels to get on the rebound as Daniel James looks very much up for this game on his return from injury. Greenwood not getting too involved up front on a 6.6. Diego Dalot, Paul groin, should be able to play through it. I'd like to give him as much of the 90 as possible because he's a bit limited on chances with Wan-Bissaka coming in as McTominay just heads over, or just past the post it said there. But we are very much on top of this game, as you would expect. Victor Pilsner not really putting up too much of an objection to rolling over. I think we're just going to say we're very pleased. Get out there, carry on doing what you're doing. No reason to change anything. If you're enjoying the games in 3D, please do let me know. Obviously, it's a rarity for me. I don't normally prefer it. I normally prefer 2D so that I can see all of what's going on. But we've done loads of 2D, and 2D's carrying on in the world domination save. So we've just got to make sure that we keep this up in 3D, and we get to see all the funny animations that really annoy me. And we'll go from there. I don't really want to bring Rashford on. I want to keep him fresh for Chelsea next. Like same with Wan-Bissaka. Could bring on Tuanzebe for Dalot and put Mensah at right back. But I think Dalot's playing really well. It was said he should be able to make it through. We probably will take Chong off though and bring on Angel Gomez as Limberski's there. Is he going to shoot? He's trying to hold it up under a bit of pressure. Good lot of space and it's a good ball. But Chong reads it well, gets the ball, intercepts. He needs a big head of hair. That's what Tati Chong needs over here. But number 44 runs down the wing, right-footed cross, trying to find the back post. It's headed away quite well and Kopic picks it up. He's put under pressure by McTominay, has to clear it, and Ashley Young picks it up into James's feet. Probably on for man of the match with a goal and an assist at the moment. Ashley Young gets it back from Scott McTominay. Ashley Young fires in a left-footed cross all the way out to Chong. Ashley Young has overhit that one. Back to James. He gets a header. It's saved. Chong. James is there, squares it across goal, and Limberski puts it behind for a corner. But 20 minutes to go, and we are still very much on top in this game. Juan Mata fires a corner in. It's headed away. James can't get there. He's given. Oh no, he's been fouled by Horava. I thought James had given the foul away, but Thomas Horava gives away a dangerous free kick. Juan Mata territory. He gets it over the wall, but just past the post. Very unlucky for the Spaniard. Obviously, yeah, he's impressing Juan Mata. It looks like he's going to be on for man of the match, to be honest. He must be dictating the play in that number 10 role, which Bruno Fernandes has definitely made his own at the moment. I think let's make a little change. We're going to bring... how do I want to do this? Let's bring on Gomez for Greenwood, and we'll do Harriet for Chong, like that. We'll switch you two over. You can be the inside forward support. We'll put you to a winger on the right, because James is actually right-footed, so he should be a bit more of a natural right winger rather than a left winger, but he prefers to play on the left. And we're going pretty well. They're playing with caution, which is probably not the best thing to do when you're 2-0 down, but I guess you don't want to concede any more goals. We'll give McTominay the last few minutes off as well. We'll bring Pereira on for McTominay. I think Fred will be more suited to that box-to-box, yeah. So we'll go for that. Just to keep McTominay fresh. I do want him for the Chelsea game as well, as Young fires that in, and James will pick this one up, and he fires it back across goal. Harriet's there with a header, his second goal of the season, and very nicely done. James surely on for man of the match now. 2 assists and a goal in a 3-0 win. That is very, very impressive. Ashley Young's free kick was really not very well cleared, but James used his pace to get there first. It bought him time to weigh up the cross, fired it to the back post. Harriet, who's really not that tall, out jumps his marker and makes it 3-0 to Man United, and that is some lovely, lovely stuff. I'm surprised with how cheap we got Harriet. I thought he was going to be a lot more than that, and I think we've picked out one hell of a bargain as Diego Dalot clears that one, and Angel Gomez has actually picked this up. He cuts in field, puts a ball forward, looking for Juan Mata, who's not going to have the pace to get away from his man, but he has sort of gone round him. The pass was poor, and Liberski intercepts it, and Koziak gets it away down the left-hand side into Kovardak. But there's the full-time whistle. I thought Juan Mata might hit that on his right foot, but he didn't. A comfortable 3-0 win. Man of the match today is Daniel James with 2 assists and a goal. A very, very good performance all round, and we'll be back for the Chelsea game, and we'll see you then. So here we are then for the Chelsea game, refereed by Craig Pawson. We're away at the Bridge. This is how we're going to be lining up. De Gea in goal, Wan-Bissaka, Bailly, Lindelof and Shaw, Pogba, McTominay, Lingard, Fernandes, Martial and Rashford. Giving us academy products, Rashford, Lingard, McTominay. On the bench we have Henderson, Chong, Greenwood, Tuanzebe and Pereira, all youth academy products. So a very academy product bench, you can argue. That is very... Our squad is very heavily... Is it very heavily academy product based? I guess it sort of is. The starting 11 not so much at the moment, but we'll see. Obviously they're lining up Kepa in goal, Azpilicueta, Christensen, Rudiger and Emerson, Jorginho, Kovacic and Kante, Willian, Pedro and Giroud up front. They are under their transfer ban at this point in the save, and Eden Hazard has gone. I want us to pick up where we left off, and passionately we have faith. Obviously we're away from home in this game, so we are not going to go to attacking. We're going to stay on positive to start with and go from there. And you can see the teams having their little huddles, getting everything down. The captains having their last little chat, which will be Pogba for us, and I imagine Azpilicueta for Chelsea. But this is our first real test as it comes into N'Golo Kante. Kovacic obviously signed for 40 million just before their ban kicked into place, as Willian goes all the way. De Gea sort of fumbles it. Giroud tackles De Gea. It goes behind for a goal kick, and David De Gea really should do better in that sort of position. He sort of just let it hit the post and then fumbled it wide, and we could have been 1-0 down inside the first couple of minutes of the game, but luckily we are not, and it's very even in the first 10 minutes. I think that's the easiest way to describe that, as Kante picks up the ball into Jorginho. Jorginho is forced backwards by Lingard, and that's a good header from Kovacic up to Giroud. Obviously going to be playing as more of a target man. Out to Willian on the right hand side. He's up against Luke Shaw and goes round him really easily. Goes then round Lindelof as well. In it goes. They're lining up. Pedro fires it in, and that's 1-0 Chelsea, and they had men lining up to put that one in. However, Craig Pawson is going to the VAR. The Chelsea manager Frank James Lampard Jr., full name, is going crazy on the sideline. I've got my head in my hands right there, cultured left foot, as Pawson is looking at it. He comes back out, and we're lining up as if it's a goal, and he does award the goal. And we're not going to watch it again because it took so long for VAR to make the decision. But 1-0 down inside 15 minutes. As I said, our first real test. Is that lack of a holding midfielder going to bite us in the arse? De Gea misses it, and Emerson's there, but he is offside, and the referee has got this one from VAR, and it is offside. So Emerson was offside, so De Gea's blushes are spared ever so slightly after missing that cross, but he goes long with his goal kick, looking towards Pogba, who brings it down really well. We need some magic from him today. Fires across and in towards Rashford. Christensen beats him in the air, and Jorginho flicks it on, and Kante is going to get there, and this is our lack of holding midfielder coming through now as Kante comes forward, out to Willian again on the right hand side. He's proved a little bit deadly, into Kante. Kante shoots, and now it is 2-0, and N'Golo Kante scores his first goal of the season. We need to go attacking, so we need to do something different here at the moment. And yeah, this hasn't been a very good start. We've gone back to our strongest 11, and Chelsea are absolutely smashing us at the moment. Pedro Giroud knocks it down and gets on his own knockdown, lays it to Kovacic at the edge of the area. He's going to lay it off to Antonio Rudiger. He puts a left-footed crossing towards Giroud. It's headed away. Kante beats Lingard to the ball, out to Pedro with a weird fancy pirouette, crosses it in, Giroud's there, and it's 3-0 to Chelsea, and they are running absolute riot in this game at the moment. We're going to move McTominay back into the holding midfield role. We're going to put Fernandes there as a deep line playmaker. Paul Pogba, we're going to play like this for a little while and just try and hold it at the back. I don't know what's going wrong here, but we're going to ask McTominay to sit a little deeper. Pogba goes out to the right hand side to Jesse Lingard. He's tackled really easily by Emerson, and it's just been an absolute disaster. We come up against one of the top 6 and completely crumble, it seems, as Willian comes forward down the right hand side. Luke Shaw puts a good block on the cross, and they're just running absolutely riot at the moment, Chelsea, and this has really taken me back. It's left me a bit dumbfounded. We've only had 1 shot. They've had 4 shots on target, 3 goals. They're playing quite well. We're obviously giving opportunities up at the moment. So let's go higher. We'll go a bit more direct. We'll not have enough shots as it is, so we won't do that. In transition, yeah, counter. We'll go long. I think I'm happy with us going long. I don't really know what we can do, to be honest. Let's leave it as it is and see if we can make a bit of a dent by going into an attacking sort of mentality. As Azpilicueta has the throw into Jorginho, to Kovacevic, back to Giroud, who's been forced wide. Kante brings this down, back to Jorginho again, into Kante, back to Kovacic, whose name I eventually say right, Kovacic. Emerson fires a cross in and Luke Shaw heads it away. Falls to Kovacic, though he shoots Dave. De Gea makes a save, but Pedro's on the rebound. And this is getting embarrassing. 4-0 to Chelsea inside the first half. These travelling Man United fans up there are not going to be very happy. Emerson Palmieri fires the cross in. Luke Shaw had a good defensive header beating Willian. Kovacic shot. De Gea makes a save. Pedro was on hand though. And he fires in the rebound. And this is not going well at all. Really poor ratings all round. I think we're going to have to mix this up. We might go to a 4-4-2 halftime. Not the 4-4-2 from the FM World Domination save, but I think we'll have to go 4-4-2 just to mix it up a little bit. Rashford, Martial, Lingard, all these performers that have been performing for us spectacularly through the season. I'm gonna have to say that's absolutely terrible. You've been nothing short of poor. I think. Well, what can we do here? Do I just chuck the youngsters on and give them a go? Do I try and? I mean, I could go like 4-4-2 sort of thing like this. We'll take McTominay off and play something like that. If we do Scott McTominay for Greenwood, we'll chuck Greenwood up front. We'll make him a bit of a poacher. I'm considering complete forward for Rashford, get him to drop in and then run in behind. You'll definitely be more of a winger on attack. We'll go for a winger on attack with you as well. Let's drop Wan-Bissaka back and Luke Shaw back to fullback, so they're not bombing on too much more, especially with the 4-4-2. I don't think we really want to play with overlapping forwards. We'll take that off. We'll actually go let's pass into space and hit early crosses. I think that's what we'll go with. Try and get the ball in behind. Let's try and distribute over the defence. I think that's quite a good thing to do. With the pace of Rashford and Greenwood up front, I don't think that's too bad an option. I'm very tempted. I'm going to do it. Lingard's going to come off to be replaced by Daniel James. More pace on the wings. More pace up front. 4-4-2. I mean, 4-0 down after the first half. And straight away we go over the top looking for Rashford. Good tackle from Christensen. Martial picks it up. It's deflected and Kepa makes a quite easy save. Now this could leave us open again at the back, but we're trying. I tried to explain the reasons of why I've gone for this. As Pogba floats in a free kick. Rashford's there. Good save on the rebound, but he's offside from the initial ball from Pogba. And that's very, very annoying. If you look, they're focusing all this down the left-hand side. Maybe Wan-Bissaka's generally having a pretty decent game though. That's the issue. There's not too much more we can do. But I think if we try and close that down, what am I doing? What am I doing here? I want to go to our normal tactics. So they're coming down their left, which is definitely our right. So we'll put Wan-Bissaka on defend. And then what? Do we want to focus? If we focus down our left, we'll try that for a little bit. If they're going to come down their left, we'll try and go down our left as well and try and take advantage of the fact that they might be not expecting us. Rashford on a 6.1. That is absolutely dreadful from him. In fact, that's going to be the end of his game. We're going to bring Harriet on for Rashford. We'll put Martial up front. I'm going to leave you as a complete forward, Martial, because we need to have someone dropping into that bit of that gap. Let's demand more from them, because it's been dreadful. Like, all these performers, Wan-Bissaka, Luke Shaw, Fernandes, Pogba, Martial, Rashford, been performing so well. Just in this game, it's really not there. I mean, let's go and press them a little bit more, I guess. Let's go and do that. We'll get stuck in. We'll move our line up a little bit. And we could potentially play the offside trap as well. According, they've got Giroud. He's not going to shouldn't be sprinting away from any of our defenders anytime quickly. But maybe we've left it all a little bit too late. 4-0 at Stamford Bridge. I knew it'd be tough playing this game, but I didn't think it'd be this bad. But yeah, you can see they're definitely focusing all this stuff down their left-hand side. So we have told Wan-Bissaka not to push up too much anymore. Luke Shaw over the corner. Kepa with a very easy catch. And it's all kicking off in Wolverhampton with them being 3-2 down to West Ham at Wolves. But here is Pulisic. Christian Pulisic obviously just come on. They brought on Batshuayi. What is that marking? That is what annoys me about Football Manager. Why on earth? Who is that? I think that's Eric Bailly. Why on earth would he just run off from marking his man? He was marking him tightly and just ran off in the wrong direction. Things like that annoy me in Football Manager because it's just so stupid. As Bruno Fernandes swings in a free kick, Christian gets this one away. James is there, lays it off. Eric Bailly, deflected, save from Kepa. Bailly will get there first. Surely just dink it back here to Fernandes, and he does. Bruno Fernandes then crosses in again. Kepa with an easy catch. And that was probably our last chance to get a consolation goal in front of our travelling fans. But there it is, 4-0 we lose at the Bridge. Absolute mauling. And yeah, again, I'm gonna go aggressive and say I'm far from pleased. So they know I've got an angry side to me. But yeah, that was really bad. We find ourselves down in 6th, which we haven't played that bad. It's just those 2 draws at the beginning. The libero, Victor Lindelof, is a libero, is he? He's definitely not. He's a ball-playing defender. Yeah, and I'm right. I had a go at them. They were rubbish. So Chelsea have goal disallowed. I don't think they're going to be too worried. They scored 4 other ones. But yeah, a humbling defeat. Let's put that down to a very humbling defeat. We'll probably be back there, I think. Arsenal and Slovan Bratislava, I think, is what we'll come back for. But our first real test against a top 6 team ends in a bit of a disaster, losing 4-0. We'll have to come up with a tactic which is slightly different against the Big 6 then, I think. We'll have to look at a new tactic for the Big 6, which is the next game. Will be Arsenal. Will be the next Big 6 team we play, who I think have started very well. Yeah, top of the league under Unai Emery. So the league at the moment looks like this. Arsenal and Tottenham in a North London 1-2, sharing the points. Man City, then Everton, Liverpool, Man United, Leicester, Bournemouth, Wolves, West Ham, Chelsea all the way down in the 11th. So that was actually only their second win of the season. Who else did they beat? Aston Villa 2-0. Who have they lost to? Liverpool, Leicester, Tottenham 4-0, 1-0, 1-0. Okay. Burnley, Southampton, Newcastle, Watford, Crystal Palace, Norwich, and in the relegation spots at the moment, Aston Villa, Sheffield United, and Brighton. And the one thing I haven't looked at is he? Oh, actually, this transfer window, this transfer update. Oh no, he is there. Is he just in their reserves, or did I just not see him? Has he played? No, he hasn't played yet. I mean, that's one hell of a career, isn't it? Man United, West Ham, Birmingham, West Ham, QPR, West Ham, Cardiff, Lazio, QPR, Atlas in Mexico, Lazio, and Sheffield United. Very, very strange. Most appearances he's made in his career was at Birmingham, followed by Atlas. So, interesting. I think he actually played for someone in Sweden as well, which isn't there. Oh, there he is. He's on the bench. But yeah, we'll leave it there. We were back for the game against Arsenal. Apologies that it was a pretty terrible performance for that one. But what can you do? You don't win them all unless you're NK Zagreb in Croatia. Then you win everything without losing a game. But thank you so much for watching, everybody. Anything you need, links are in the description. Twitter, Football Talk, Patreon, merchandise. Go and have a look. But for now, I'm out. Cheers.